questions, please. Coach, go ahead.
Okay, well, I want to first congratulate my daughter here 2 weeks ago. She won the city championship in volleyball. She asked me after her victory if she could come with me if we beat Wisconsin. And I told her, well, that's a big if. We're going to try. And unfortunately, that didn't happen. So she's been waiting for this moment, and I'm very proud of her. She's done a great job. Obviously, I got a great family that support me and allow me to do what I want, and I'm very thankful for all of them. And obviously, my son and daughter mean a lot to me. But anyway, we'll get to the game. You guys saw it was just a great day for us. Our guys came ready to play. We knew what the challenge was ahead of us. We've played pretty well times, other times we haven't, and that's kind of a football season. And how you respond to adversity and how you respond to things that are going well and how you respond when things aren't will determine what you can become. And I think our assistant coaches are great people. They work extremely hard. They put up with me. They give it everything they got. They care about our players. Then we got a group of guys that are really hungry. We've had some adversity along the way, and it's not always fun, but that's football, and that's what trains you to be successful in life afterwards. So our guys hung in there. They've been great teammates. They're unselfish. They play to the end, and to come out here and beat a really good Michigan State team that was 8-0, and the way we did, it's just a great testament. And also, I'd like to thank the fans. It was a big emphasis for us as coaches and our team that the last couple times out here we didn't win, and our fans have been showing up, and they've been a big part of this. And our players want to, obviously please the man upstairs and themselves and their families, but they also want to please all these students and fans that come to the game and that support us. So it was great to get a big win for them, and it's great for them to enjoy it as much as we did. And it's truly just a great win for our program.
Hey Jeff, has your offense ever played better? You're almost 600 yards total offense. Aiden O'Connell, 536 passing. It was all clicking for you obviously tonight.
Well, I think we've tried to improve in certain areas. As you look at this team we're playing, statistically they were susceptible against the pass and really good against the run. If you look at our team, we're okay at the run, and that's being nice, and we've been pretty good with the pass. So while we wanted to have some balance and establish some things, we wanted to do what we did best and get it to our playmakers. I know we did have 31 rushes and probably averaged less than 2 yards, but we kept it somewhat honest in that aspect. But really when we needed to move the ball, I think our controlled passing game, our quick passing game, our ability to spread the field and throw it underneath our receivers in many different ways, because we run about every route concept there is. So our players do a great job of studying that, and our quarterbacks do a great job of understanding it. We were able to just spread them out and get completions. And Michigan State responded. They did some good things, and our offense responded today. And, really just going back, getting it on the half-yard line and coming out and throwing a back shoulder fade on first down. I don't think many teams do that. We did, and our guys executed it, so that's a credit to them. And then we drove it all the way down the field. We drove it all the way down the field multiple times. Ended up getting field goals at the end because it was probably got a little conservative, but it's tough to get it in there. And but credit to our guys. They played hard. They played well. Defense hung in there. It wasn't their best game, but you know what? It's a good team. It's a good running back. And they found ways to make enough stops. So it was just a good team effort. Our special teams gave us an edge today. And these type of games you need it. So it's credit to Coach Biaggi and all those guys. We were good in the kicking game. We were good in all those aspects, and we needed that to win.
Jeff, two totally unrelated questions. One, where did you come up with the flea flicker screen pass? Where did that come from? And secondly, do you think David Bell is now a Heisman candidate in your view?
Well, you asked about the screen pass. We run a multitude of trick plays. You guys have seen it. Haven't worked as much lately. But when teams play the pass, it's tough to kind of get them to suck up, throw it over their head, so they're not going to work as much. So this is one where we kind of do some double reverse stuff and really throw it behind the line of scrimmage and get some blockers and go run. To be quite honest with you, I stole it years ago from YouTube from a high school team. And we put it in, and the first time we ran in the game, just like this, touchdown. So you know what? You just got to keep those things in the bank, and you got to be creative. As far as your second question, I think you know what I think of David Bell. I think he's a phenomenal receiver, even better person. I'm sure there's other really good receivers, but I don't see how you can do many things better than him. He's productive. He's competitive. He makes plays. He makes hard catches. He makes contested catches. I don't know if there's a better overall one, but I'm sure there's other good ones. But David has been outstanding, fantastic. Plays injured, plays hurt. He's tough. I really don't know what more he can prove. He just comes out every week and does it. He was banged up this week. Didn't practice as much. Never complains about it. Doesn't ever want to sit out. He wants to compete in the game, and that just shows what he's about. He comes from a great family, and we're lucky to have him on our team.
Jeff, you talked about just overcoming adversity. When Xander fumbled, they went and scored, to tie the game. The next two possessions for your defense were 3 and outs. Is that a clear sign of your team really handling adversity and stepping up when they needed to?
It's definitely one of many signs. I think our defense has played well all year. We knew this was going to be a challenge. Really good running back, big offensive line, quarterback that was good, 2 good receivers, and a couple other big tight ends. I mean, it's a good football team, and they moved it here and there and got some big plays. But yes, to stop it when we really needed it, when they got momentum, and for our offense to kind of get the momentum back multiple times, it was just a team effort. But we've got experience on defense. They've done some really good things this year to this point, and this was another chance. We talked about it before the game and during the week of them showcasing. If you really want to be a good defense, you have to stop the Heisman Trophy winner and figure out a way to win. And so I give credit to our defensive staff and defense for doing a really good job.
Speaking of, can you just speak to the faith you've shown in your secondary this year? The back-to-back breakups by Cam Allen and then the pick by Mackey. It seems like you've trusted them to put them in a lot more man this year. Can you just kind of speak to the strategy there and how it's kind of been rewarded?
Well, we're not going to win every game, but I know my philosophy on offense has always been to go down swinging and be aggressive. And now that I've kind of stepped in and got a great group of defensive coaches that we all work collaboratively together, they understand my philosophy is they're on defense now. It's to play offense on defense. We want to be aggressive. We want to attack. We want to guard things. We want to take chances. We're not going to give up a bunch of easy completions. I don't like doing that. As an offense, it makes it too easy for us. So, yeah, we got beat a few times. We had a couple guys get open, make some plays, but we made plays too. And when you guard people tighter, it makes the quarterback hold it longer. It helps your defensive line get in there and get sacks. Actually, to me, you can look in the mirror more and know that, we're going down swing, we're going down aggressive, and that's how we want to do it. And obviously there'll be time to pull back the reins every now and then, but that's how the philosophy has changed this year from day one, since the end of the last game, last season, was going to be, we're going to be aggressive. Let our guys play, let them guard people, let them go for the interception, let them go for the sack, let them sit on a route, let them try to read the quarterback. I mean, this is football. You don't just play a deep third and never make a play. I didn't get beat deep. No, we want to make plays. So it allows our guys to make plays. And you know what? When you get in there tight, you're going to throw an out cut. That's risky because there's not much room behind it. And he did a great job of sitting on it and jumping it and really made a great catch.
Coach, today you scored 40 points. In the past, you played teams with possibly worse defenses and scored only like 13 points against Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois. How do you look to continue this offensive success that you seem to have found against Michigan State and create some kind of consistency going forward?
Well, the Big Ten's a great conference. Every week's a new week, every week's a new team, and we don't take anything for granted. So, yes, Michigan State's a great football team. They've earned it. They've had a lot of big wins. They've won a lot of close games. There's a lot of other good teams that play really good defense and offense and have good players. So, and obviously next week is, a tremendous team we're going to play. But every team in the Big Ten can beat you on any given day, and if you're not ready to play, you don't do the small things, you're gonna lose. And I understand that. I think our players understand that, and that's the great thing about college football. But definitely, in our conference, anybody can win any given week.
Yeah, Coach, you're bowl eligible with 3 games left. How important is it to kind of have that banked? You're going to a bowl and then be able to kind of play the next 3 games and see how they go?
Well, you said it, not me. All that stuff for bowls and all that is for our fans and for our players' families and for everyone to enjoy, and we want them to do that. For us, we really can't think about it and concentrate on it. This is a great win. We want to enjoy it. It was really satisfying one. It's one that we worked really hard and handled some adversity to get to. We want to enjoy it. But after 24 hours, we'll be back to the next game. And you guys know we play at Ohio State, so another tremendous opponent. But that's what's great about this conference and playing at Purdue is you get to play great football teams every week. But you know what? You have a chance to win them. So some people might think you're going to lose. I heard a couple people, and I told our team, get on before the game, and they talked about the Michigan State-Purdue game, and they said Purdue, no chance to win. So you know what? That's fine, and that's their job to predict things. But in my opinion, everyone in the Big Ten has a chance to win every week, and everyone has a chance to win no matter who you play. If you're doing things right, if you're coming ready to play, if you're working hard, and we got a bunch of hard workers on our team. So it was just a really good day for us.
Is there any rational explanation why, I mean, it's not just your program, but the Purdue program, this is now 17 times as an unranked team that Purdue has beaten a top 5 team. Is there any rational explanation for that?
Well, I can't go back in time and talk about all the games before I got here. I do know that this is a great place to play, a great venue. A lot of those wins have happened here. And when you got great fan support and people coming out, Purdue's a great underdog in that aspect, and they have been. For us, you know what? We found a way to do one on the road this year, so that was a huge accomplishment for us. But to come back and beat Michigan State, after going to Nebraska and finding a way to win, it's huge. But I would just say that the Boilermakers are hard workers. They're blue collar. That's what we believe in. That's what all the alumni and administration believe in. And we're never going to say we don't have a chance to win. And you'd like to eventually get to the day where you feel really confident going in. But you know what? That's college football. You're never going to know, and you got to come ready to play. So I think it's just the tradition and history of Purdue. Just loving the underdog world.
Hey, Coach, a few years ago, Tyler Trent in here, big win on the field with Tyler. I was, up in the press box, saw his picture. I mean, the fans, what's it like for you? You've talked about the fans, but, storming the field and just being there for you, no matter what, win, lose, or draw, that the fans will always be here for you, and especially Tyler Trent Gate and all those great things.
Well, that's why you love college football, because there are fans. Last year wasn't near as fun, and I knew it wouldn't be because you don't have fans there cheering and enjoying every aspect of it. And a lot of times, you play football, it's not only compete and win and do great things, but you do it to make others happy and give them enjoyment. And whether it's your family, whether it's your buddies, whether it's your fellow students, whether it's a bunch of alumni, I mean, that's kind of what makes you really feel good inside. And when you can win games like this, yeah, it's satisfying. It's a lot of times you wish it was the last game of the year so you can enjoy it more, but unfortunately you can't. You got to move on. But our fans have been great, and not everything is going to be perfect, and we're not going to win every game, but they're going to be there for us, and they have this year. So we want to thank them for coming out and being a big part of it. And I know our players enjoyed relishing in the win with those fans.
Last questions, please.
This seemed like the sharpest O'Connell's ever been. Was that your assessment?
I thought he was really sharp. You know what? I think he had a really, really efficient game last week. I think mixing in a few different things to keep the defense honest has been beneficial. I think we've kind of expanded and utilized the control, quick passing game as much as we can. And then when we have to throw up the field, he's done a good job of hanging in there and making accurate throws and not turn the ball over. And today, he spread it to a lot of guys all over the field. He made big plays up the field in one-on-one matchups. That's his strength. He's accurate. He's got great poise. He's got great faith. He cares about his teammates, and he wants to do well. And this is a guy that came in here as a walk-on, and I couldn't have pictured this when he first got here. So like I said, I give all the credit to him and his work ethic. And obviously, my brother Brian's did a great job with him, but he has worked to get to this point. And
Coach, just going off of that a little bit, you know, Aiden just a few weeks ago was throwing 3 interceptions against Wisconsin. Just what is it about him, his character, his personality that allows him to kind of move past that, have 2 really big games that he's had these past few weeks, and just what does that mean for the offense moving forward?
Well, I think winning and executing, you know, as a former player and coach, everything goes into it. It's not just the player, it's the coach, it's the play caller. I think against Wisconsin, you know what, we probably threw too many intermediate routes, and they were sitting on them and jumping it, and we probably should have mixed in the run and had the quick passing. I mean, I could have called a better game. So, but you know what? He's going to take most of the blame as he's the quarterback, and then when he does well, he's going to get most of the credit 'cause he's the quarterback. But you know, we made some adjustments. I mean, I want him to succeed. You know, I try to call the game like I think he would like it, like I would like it if I had his skills and the athleticism he has, the arm he has, you know, what he's good at. We try to build it around their strength. I think with Aiden, you know, spreading the ball around and getting it out quick, that's his strength. So I think we've all done a better job to help him play as efficient as he has the last 2 games. The last 2 games, he's played outstanding and played at a high level, and really proud of him.
Last question, please.
Jeff, since the offseason, you've talked about being more aggressive in all phases of your team, including yourself as a play caller. So when you have the ball inside the 1 yard line, just talk about being aggressive on that first down play and how maybe the buildup over the last several months maybe led you to that point to keep doing what you were doing.
Well, when you call it and it works, it looks good. When it doesn't work, it doesn't. And you know what? It's hard enough to run the ball in the open field for us, but when you get on the inch yard line, I know there could be a lot of guys up there. So we kind of had a play call where if we get 1-on-1, we're going to David. If not, we had a little miniature route in the boundary just to get a couple yards, and we were max protecting, and we said, heck, that's how we've been rolling the whole game. And you know, I always got people chirping in my ear all the time, running more, passing more, running more, passing more, and you know, I got to kind of just, you know, balance it all. But I did feel like he was in a rhythm, and I did think we would get the 1-on-1 matchup. You know, they've been playing us a lot of 2 high, cover 2, down on the 1 inch yard line. I just didn't think they would play straight that way. They tried to disguise it, and then all of a sudden at the last minute he kind of came over and Aiden, bam, I'm going to David. And luckily we had the right call on. So, like I said, I mean, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But we do want to go down aggressive, and if you know, we went for it on 4th down, threw a pass. I mean, we at the end of the game, we were trying to run the clock, we're throwing the ball. So, you know what? That's how we wanted to play this game, and you know, they had a lot of the pressure on them. You know, for them to stay in the playoff hunt, they needed to win the game. For us, we were the underdog. So, you know what? We don't have anything to lose, but we don't have as much to lose as them. And we were in a good rhythm, and we were going to roll with it.
Thank you, everybody. Like and pass.